Man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. See, a lot of people didn't like my Canelo Callum Smith video yesterday. I don't care. You may not like what I say, but I got to say what I got to say and keep it 100,000. But let's talk a little bit more about Canelo. I mean, it's a lot of news here. People talking about Callum Smith didn't have enough time. I seen Irv post that David Benavidez said, why don't Callum Smith only get a 4-week notice? I got some news on Canelo's future. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get to this. Make sure you check out our boxing news, Blacks and Rumor playlist. We call that for a minute, but it's pretty solid information from a great solid source. And pretty much Canelo Alvarez will not be fighting at 160 pounds anymore. Canelo has moved up. Anybody that fights Canelo will have to at least fight him at the 168-pound limit. And I think it's the right decision for Canelo. I mean, Canelo only had a handful of fights at 160. Danny, Triple G twice. I think that might have been it. Rocky Fielding was at 68. Obviously, Kovalev was at 175. And this is what happened when, you know, he tried to make 147 them many years. He tried to make 154, 155. Canelo should have been a 160-pounder. And he would have had a way greater legacy at 160 pounds. And that's what happens, man. He just simply tried to squeeze down to 155, 154 for so long. And basically, when you drain your body of that fluid and that nutrients, remember your brain sits in fluid, you know, then once you start moving up, then you got to move up again. Remember, he never moved up to 160. He fought at 55. He moved up to 164.5 versus Chavez. Then he came back down to 60, 68. So, you know, him draining his body made him jump to 168 pounds that much more quickly. So, I mean, it's a good move for him. He won the title at 160. He had multiple titles at 160. Now, would he go down as one of the greatest 160-pounders of all time? Absolutely not. Just didn't do enough there. You know, and that's what happened when you drain your body. He should have been a 160-pounder years ago. Then he would have probably had a great resume. So, I mean, anybody that's chasing Canelo, Jamal Andrade, he's supposed to be debuting at 68 pretty soon. Jamal, maybe going to 68 pretty soon. Jermell, you got to see him at 168. Canelo, Errol Spence. The most he probably come down for Errol Spence is 164.5, 164. So, you know, anybody that want to fight him, pretty much you got to come to the 168-pound limit. And that's cool, man. You know, 168 pounds ain't had cash cows there like Canelo historically. It ain't been a pay-per-view division. And obviously, he here to change that. And I also heard that he going for Undisputed. And Undisputed, I mean, David Benavidez, Caleb Plant, all those guys. You know, he looking to fight the best opponents, and that's why he not tied to the zone. So you're going to be seeing Canelo fight the best of the best coming up, according to what I'm hearing. So he want to go for Undisputed, and I like that. He never was Undisputed at 54. Didn't do it at 60, obviously. Not enough fights. And, you know, now here to do it at 68. And that just means he got to fight the biggest and the baddest competition available. And I think he can do it, to be honest. You know, obviously, he's going to have the judges. He's going to have the refs on his side. He's going to have everybody, you know, basically having his back. So, I think he can do it. You know, and that's the case. And that's the situation. So, I hear in May that he could fight Caleb Plant and Triple G. And obviously, Triple G would have to come up to 168 pounds to fight him in this scenario. So, Triple G supposed to be fighting December 18th versus Kamil Zamata. That fight had been pushed back a few times. Don't forget, Triple G got kicked out of Snack. He had a calf strain. I just ain't never heard about nobody kicked out of Snack, but you see they didn't make that a big headline because it's Triple G. Now, if that was Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, they would have made it a big problem. But other than that, man, yeah, that's his plans for May. Caleb Plant is still on the resume. Obviously, if you want to be undisputed, you got to fight a guy like Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. I got some news on him coming later. But I'd rather see him fight Caleb Plant. But I told people that the rumor on the street was that dude could be fighting Triple GMA. And no, that's like that might be what it is, man. And it's a lot of money in his own. It's not going to force him to fight Triple G. He willing going to do it. But I heard that really the guy he want to fight is Caleb Plant. So, I mean, if Caleb Plant down to do it, Canelo down to fight him. And that's going to be an interesting fight. You know, and Triple G going up 8 pounds, never fighting outside 160-pound limit to my knowledge. I think he did fight at a catchweight versus, was it Steve Rose? So fighting a 168-pound limit, that should be interesting. A guy that historically fought at 160 for the most part. He might be bigger, stronger, more energetic, but he's an older fighter. Didn't look good versus Steve Rose. Fighting a non-puncher, Camille Zamata, got kicked out of snack. So to be honest, you know, Triple G needs to retire. He'd be 38 by next May. Canelo ain't gonna do nothing but probably try to stop him. And but the zone to get what they want, just not how they wanted it. With Canelo under contract with Eddie Hearn, like I said, I just think Canelo, this is just assumption, Callum Smith, Triple G, Billy Joe Saunders, his next 3 fights in some combination outside of Callum Smith. And that's just what I think it would be. If he fight Caleb Plant in May, that would be a huge fight, depending on where we are as a society internationally as far as the COVID-19. And I mean, it just depends where we at. So me personally, my preference would be seeing him fight Caleb Plant. And we know after Caleb Plant, it'll be a David Benavidez fight. And then, hey man, you know, whoever else got belts, Billy Joe Saunders, you know, he coming to solve the division. And obviously that's going to add on to his legacy, being undisputed at 168 pounds. It's going to be great for Canelo Alvarez, great for his brand. You know, the champions are Callum, possibly Benavidez, Plant, Billy Joe Saunders. So, you know, maybe he fight Plant, Triple G, Billy Joe Saunders. Obviously, he got to fight the title holders. And we know, I don't think Eddie Hearn is going to serve up Billy Joe Saunders, Demetrius Andrade. So Andrade is going to be on the outside looking in. The PBC contract was, they offered him Uterman after Plant fell through. And then it was like Eubanks and Jamal Charlo. And basically, he said no. You know, he wanted to fight Callum Smith. That's who the zone wanted to fight. I don't know what the financials and the money looking like, but it must have been more than fighting Ivan Uterman on Showtime. And, you know, that is what it is. But also, you hear talks about Callum Smith being on a short notice. You know, like I said, Benavidez said he only had 4 weeks to train. This, that, and the third. I heard that he been training since July. So he knew it's a possibility he fight Canelo Alvarez for a while. So he been in the gym since July. He ain't fought since John Ryder, I don't think. I don't know. That had to be, sheesh. That was like November, bro. Like, he ain't fought in a long time, bro. So he been in the gym since July, I heard. So all them people complaining he ain't had enough time to train. He knew that Canelo was a possible opponent. He been training for it. And some people think he a tougher fighter than Triple G at this point. He a younger fighter. I don't know the stipulations. Is there a catch weight? Is the same day rehydration clause? My whole thing, if he put it on Rocky Fielding, then he probably put it on David Benavidez. I mean, he put it on Callum Smith. And Callum Smith already had problems making weight. He been inactive for, I think he ain't fought since John Ryder. He been inactive for a year, over a year by the time the fight come, December 19th. And I think, you know, I think he easy work. You know, a guy who ain't been in the ring. Obviously, he got Canelo with like 5'8", 5'9". He's 6'3". He got several inches of height on Canelo. But it ain't going to matter. Canelo going to walk him down, stop him. It's going to be an easy fight. And me personally, I'm just not enamored with the fight. Obviously, you know, we complain, but we going to talk about the fight. We going to cover the fight. I mean, it's boxing. You know, Canelo is probably the biggest star in boxing right there, AJ. And you got to talk about him. You know, I just don't think Callum Smith being out a year, struggling with weight, probably with a rehydration clause, he ain't got much of a chance versus Canelo Alvarez. And that's just the real deal Holyfield, man. So, you know, do we got the talent to beat him? Yeah, I just think he should be at 175. And he drained himself to make the weight. If you struggle versus John Ryder, by the time this fight come almost 13 months, you know, it's hard to stay sharp in the gym. And them UK fighters, man, they don't know defense. They feet weak. Canelo already beat the brother, Liam. Now he got to beat the big brother or the big little brother and Callum Smith. And if Callum Smith win, you know, you got to credit him. Tip your hat to him. He going to have to beat Canelo twice. Even though he the champion, ain't that some crap? He probably a rematch clause in there for Canelo. Even though Callum Smith the lineal, technically he the lineal, and he's a Super WA champion, the Diamond WBC champion. It's crazy, but they said he been in the gym since July, and we look forward to, you know, seeing how he look. I'm pretty sure a lot of people be pulling for him to win in the UK and America, but I think Canelo gonna be too big, too strong, too much, too comfortable at the weight. And then after that, we gotta see if it's Plant or Triple G. After that, we gotta see if it's Billy Joe Saunders. And wherever it may be, and, you know, we'll see. So, I just think he's going to fight Triple G, Billy Joe Saunders in that order. Then maybe come back and get Plant 2022 and Baby Benavidez. But I prefer to see Benavidez and Plant fight first. But if Canelo can get each one of them, Caleb, Plant, David Benavidez, I'm not mad at that either. But Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. We also got a Facebook group. If you want to advertise your business on the channel, hit me up. Want to make a financial donation, Cash App CJGood313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And don't forget, you can follow me on Sportscastr for all my sports live streams. We can't go live on this channel, so my Sportscastr link is the first link in the description. Check me out there, or second link, check me out there, build a profile, follow me, so you can comment over there. It's a YouTube-like podcast platform just for sports live streaming. So check it out. Got any questions about it, hit me up. And then follow me on Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0 for more sports, music, news, entertainment, and all my live streams over there too. One time for the one time we go.